Greetings. For this presentation, I explore various concepts and visuals, and I utilize Gemini AI as a helpful tool in brainstorming some of the ideas generating this image. The image displayed above is a holographic showing a DNA double helix. The double helix structure DNA is made of two long strands that wind around each other resembling a twisted leather. Each strand has a backbone made of alternating sugar called deoxyribose and phosphate groups. We have nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases are bases that are attached to each sugar molecule. And we have four types, which are called adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Adenine always pair with thymine, guanine always pair with cytosine. This kind of interactive tool could be used to facilitate planning in several engaging ways, particularly when planning involves understanding complex information, collaboration, or visualizing abstract concept. By using this image, I'm introducing visualizing complex information such as presenting data. Instead of using static charts or slides, you could use similar holographic display to present complex data set in a more initiative and engaging 3D format. This will help to understand the processes because the above image allows students to walk around and analyze each stage, fostering critical thinking. This kind of holographic display has several features that could boost student engagement. Interactive 3D module is a way more captivating than a static image in a textbook or a slides on a screen. This grabs the student's attention and sparks the curiosity. It promotes multisensory learning. Students could be able to manipulate the holographic module, rotating it, zooming in on a specific part, or even seeing animation of processes like DNA replication. This kind of interactive experience can cater to different learning styles and make concepts more tangible. The holographic display shown in the image make content more accessible by introducing visual clarity for complex structure for subjects like molecular biology. Visualizing intricate 3D structure holographically can be easier to understand than flat 2D diagram in textbook. This can be helpful for students who are visual learners or those who struggle with spatial reasoning. It breaks down complexity. The holographic display could potentially be used to break down complex concepts into simpler, visual, digestible components. The holographic display in the image has several qualities that can inject fun and enjoyment into learning process by promoting interactive engagement between learners and teachers. Imagine being able to manipulate the holographic module, rotating it, zooming in on a specific part. This active engagement makes learning less passive and more like a game. Instead of reading about DNA, students can see its structure and visualize the processes it is involved in. This will promote critical thinking in students because they are challenged to analyze the relationship between different parts. Students might have questions such as, why is it shaped like this? This is active questioning, is a cornerstone of critical thinking. They can now analyze and differentiate the similarities, differences, and underlying reasons for this variation, fostering analytically critical thinking. 10 ways in which this can promote critical thinking in students. Number 1, unraveling the mystery. Present the initial discovery of DNA and the challenges scientists faced in determining its structure. This encourages the learner to appreciate the processes of scientific inquiry, including observation, hypothesis formation, experiment, and deduction. They can analyze the evidence that led to double helix module. Number 2, structure function analysis. Challenge learners to think about why the double helix shape is so well suited for its function: replication, transcription, protection. This prompts them to analyze cause and effect relationship and consider the evolutionary and advantage of this specific structure. Number 3, decoding the genetic code. Introduce concept of genetic code and how sequence of 4 bases can code for the vast diversity of life. This can lead to discussion about information and storage translation and the abstract nature of biological information, fostering logical reasoning and problem-solving skills. 4. Exploring mutation and consequences. Discuss how changes in the DNA sequence can lead to variation or diseases. This encourages learners to think critically about the relationship between genotype and phenotype, analyze potential outcome, and evaluate the impact of these changes. Number 5, investigating DNA replication. Explain the semi-conservative nature of DNA replication and the enzyme involved. This provides an opportunity to analyze the complex processes, understand the importance of accuracy and error correction, and visualize a step-by-step mechanism. Number 6, comparing and contrasting processes. Compare and contrast DNA replication and transcription. This helps learners to develop analytical skill by identifying similarities and differences, understanding the specific requirement of each processes, and recognizing the interconnectedness of biological system. 7. Ethical dilemma in biotechnology. Discuss the ethical implication of manipulating DNA through technologies like gene editing or genetic testing. This encourages critical evaluation of social impact, consideration of different perspectives, and the application of ethical framework to scientific advancement. 8. Solving genetic puzzles. Present learners with scenario involving inheritance, patterns, or DNA analysis, like in forensics, and challenge them to deduce relationship or identify individuals based on evidence. This promotes logic, deduction, and problem-solving skill. 9. Analyzing scientific claim. When discussing DNA-related topics in the news or popular media, encourage learners to critically evaluate the information presented. They can consider the source, the evidence provided, and potential biases or oversimplifications. Number 10. Designing analog and modules. Ask learners to create analogs or physical digital module to represent the structure and function of DNA. This encourages them to abstractly identify key components and processes and communicate their understanding in a creative and meaningful way. By creatively integrating the fascinating of DNA into teaching, you can move beyond memorization and empower learners to develop essential critical thinking skill. Thank you.